As you're navigating a new romance and getting to know someone, it's important to look out for red flags in a relationship. These red flags or specific signs are indications of problematic behaviours and tendencies that could hurt you down the line. Here's what to look out for. Welcome to She Defined. I'm your host Sharon Green, and today we're talking about the relationship red flags you should never ignore. Dating can feel like an endless game. Whether you spot each other across a crowded bar or take a chance and swipe right, we all begin by flying blind into the unknown. In the beginning, it's a game of first impressions. You take an inventory of their outfit, make a note of their drink order, and use every piece of information to paint a picture of who they are. After a couple of dates, the walls start to come down and we begin to really learn about our new crush. Dubbed the honeymoon phase, these early weeks of dating are all about testing the waters and seeing if you are both truly compatible. Once you've landed yourself a new partner, the real work begins. It means getting creative with date night, actively listening to your other half, and maintaining a thriving network of friends to keep your social life balanced. But what if things don't feel quite right? If you're unsure about your new relationship, here are 7 red flags you should never sweep under the rug. There's a lack of communication. After a hard day at work, we all need to let off some steam, and sharing our concerns with our partner is a healthy way of processing stress and building connections. When it comes to communication, we all want to share our thoughts without reservation. If your partner seems absent, dismissive, or unresponsive, this is an important red flag to take notice of. Lack of communication can mean important conversations go unspoken. When we aren't able to speak openly and honestly, this can make us feel ignored and ultimately resentful of the other person. In fact, these small annoyances can grow and dispel disaster for your relationships in the long term. Your partner dislikes your family or friends. This next red flag can be very subtle, but it's an important one to be aware of. How does your partner speak about your loved ones? Do they resent coming along to family get-togethers? Maybe they don't take the time to get to know your friends. Or perhaps they avoid socialising with your friends and family altogether. If you feel a disconnect between your partner and your social network, it can be difficult to sustain a healthy relationship. Why? Because sharing time with our friends, family and partner shouldn't happen in isolation. In some cases, this can also be an early warning sign of controlling behaviour. If you notice your partner withdrawing from your network, start a conversation to understand their reservations and what you can both do to address them. They innocently push physical boundaries. Respect is the foundation of every successful relationship. When we feel valued by our partner, we're able to build stronger and more meaningful connections. However, when the opposite is true, this can spell disaster for a relationship. How does your partner react when you tell them to stop tickling you? Do they invade your personal space or jokingly poke you like a sibling, even when you've told them not to? Respect begins by acknowledging and honouring each other's boundaries. If you notice your partner doesn't listen to your requests, this could be an essential red flag to watch out for. They describe their exes as crazy. We've all had terrible partners and relationships that were destined to fail. It may have been your first high school fling or that crush you had when you started university. Whatever the case, we all encounter people that just aren't the right fit for us. However, if you notice your new partner speaking badly about their past relationships, this is certainly a red flag you need to watch out for. When terms like crazy start to be attributed to multiple previous partners, it could be time to consider whether your partner is representing their dating past accurately. In many cases, they could lack the self-awareness to realise they were in fact part of the problem. They refuse to make your relationship public. Public displays of affection can be a divisive topic. For some, walking hand in hand comes as second nature. For others, they avoid displays of physical intimacy at all costs. Whatever camp your relationship falls into, it's a wise idea to consider what is motivating this decision. Do you notice your partner's behaviour change when you're around his mates? Does his social media presence appear as if you're not together? Has he avoided putting a label on your relationship? If your partner is keen to keep things a secret, this could be a warning sign that your relationship might not be as open and honest as it first seemed. There's a difference in values. We all have our own unique priorities and things that matter most to us. It could be honesty or compassion, or more specific values like savings habits and big picture goals for the future. Although you might not always see eye to eye, sharing core values are key to long-term relationship success. Does your partner play off dishonesty as little white lies? Do they make decisions without factoring in your plans or point of view? What is their relationship like with their parents and siblings? If you are noticing clear patterns of conflicting values, this could be a good indication that you might struggle to remain compatible over time. They're incapable of apologising. Arrogant, entitled, and patronising behaviour should never be ignored, and when we're falling hard for a new fling, it can be difficult to see situations clearly. But learning how to identify negative behaviours early in a relationship can prevent you from getting stuck in a toxic dynamic. If your partner constantly refuses to apologise or admit they've messed up, it's important not to ignore this issue. Although this might seem like an insignificant personality trait, it can indicate your partner may have an inflated sense of self-importance. Because let's be honest, no one wants to date someone who can't say sorry. I hope you found this video interesting. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to She Defined. It really helps our channel and we appreciate the support. Thanks so much for watching.